Once upon a time, there was a certain guy in my working place whom I liked so much. For someone who had a PhD in hiding feelings, I was beginning to fall helplessly out of character. Sometimes I caught myself staring intently at him, but thankfully he never noticed. Before now, if I had someone say, it's okay for a lady to make the first move, I will skin such a person alive. But here I was, wallowing in what I dreaded the most. I'd strongly believed that it would make you appear weak as a woman. And also, considering the country we belong to, ooh la la. As a lady, once you confess your feelings to a man, he will take advantage of it. There I was, drowning in all my apprehensions I had set about making the first move as a woman. Well, his name was William, but people at the office called him Will. As for me, I called him I will marry you. I never said it out in the open. Truth be told, I had never spoken to him before. In fact, I doubt he even knew I existed. He was the head of the publishing department, while I was merely a part-time assistant editor. He always came to our office at least once a day, but never for once had he looked my way. One morning, I walked into the office to see him talking to the boss of our department. I mumbled a greeting to him, but he didn't turn, and when he finally did, excited that he was finally going to say something to me, he walked right out of the office. I felt humiliated, but yet I continued to nurse my feelings. I knew several girls in the office fancied him too, but they had more advantage than I did. I was a temporary staff, a short girl, not nearly as beautiful or as sophisticated as the ladies in the department. If you met most of them on the road, you would swear they were co-owners of the company. With how confidently they walked, sashaying their hips in a boss-like manner, I knew I couldn't stand. I had contemplated walking up to him to tell him about my feelings. Each time I thought about it, I smacked myself in the butt because I knew it was definitely going to end wrongly. I decided to pick up my coat and forget about him. Anyway, in 3 months I will be leaving the company for good, so there is no need starting what will hold no water. On the first day of trying to take my mind off him, it was quite easy to ignore him. When he came by my department, I acted blind, focused on a review, which I had been reading a particular line for about an hour. He got done and left. I exhaled. That was smooth, I thought. It got harder by the day to hear his voice and not look in the direction it was coming from. But I was determined to let him go. Watch out for part 2.